Hey YouTube. Okay, I wanted to start sharing some skincare tips from 20 years of doing skincare. And honestly, I hear and see some remarkable things. Um, we'll just put it that way. But the one thing I see consistently is that everybody knows that when you travel, that the skin can kind of, trip out. And if you move from one climate to another, right? Everybody kind of knows that, but nobody talks about weather in skincare. And I always find that really interesting because it's one thing that has, for years and years ago, I felt like not as many people were saying it, right? And so, like, because I live in Southern California, I work in Southern California, a lot of people move here from New York, from everywhere, all over the world. They're moving here. I work in Venice, and you might have been using something in a climate that was more foggy, right? That didn't have that much sun, wasn't as dry as it is here. You might have been living someplace that was just extremely humid. And then you go to use your salicylic cleanser here, and then it's tearing up your face, right? It's because in Southern California, or any environment where if you can lick your lips and your lips get dry, you can see my lips are kind of dry right now. Your skin, the air is taking that little bit of like a lick plus some. So that's happening on your whole face and body all the time, all day long, every second of the day. That's a lot of time to be losing hydration. And hydration is really important. Obviously, people know it, but I'm just going to explain a little bit. The cells need to be juicy. Just imagine just big, fat, chubby cells all next to each other, like grapes that have no skin, right? And because of their juiciness, they're able to communicate instantly, right? They're all healthy cells. So everybody's getting the memo when somebody, like if anything, information needs nutritional exchange of information, metabolic waste removal, taking out the trash, and then also exchanging information with their neighboring cells, right? And so the way that you will age quickly is if the cell cannot perform its duties, which your body is a healing machine, right? As soon as the cell is like, I can't take out the trash or talk to my neighbor or exchange nutritional information, it gets bummed. And there's, the cells commit suicide. It's called apoptosis, right? And so you want to keep your cells happy. Internally, you want to drink the best, cleanest, most hydrating water you can. Externally, if you're in a dry climate especially, but I do this even when I'm in a humid climate because I will go someplace else. I'll be traveling. And so I just make it a habit. The skin likes to have a humid climate, and I've just made it a habit to never put like a thick oil or even a sunscreen directly on my skin. I always use a hyaluronic acid, always, always, always. I just always have. I like Hylunia. I use it. I'll in my recommendations, I'll have some Hylunia products that I like because it's a moisturizer and a hyaluronic that had a baby. And for most skin types, at least in Southern California, it's very easy. If you are in some place that's a little cold and more bitey, and the skin tends to get maybe chapped, you can add oil to it. And that's a really good way. It's a super easy way to hydrate your skin. So keeping juiciness is what it's all about. When you exfoliate, you're only exfoliating in order to properly hydrate, deliver nutrition, but most of all, hydration. Because without hydration, the cells can't talk. If they can't talk, they can't take out the trash. If they can't take out the trash, that's a lot of metabolic waste sitting around. And that will age you so friggin' fast. When you see things go wrong on the skin. It means that it's having a problem healing. It's just a healing machine. So you have to kind of come from the cell's point of view. If it's showing sensitivity, you don't poke an angry tiger. You don't like dry it out or try to kill something. If you're ever in a dry climate, don't ever try to over dry the skin out. Tea tree oil will dry your skin out and leave you with a big flaky kind of papery looking mark and then a big brown spot, right? Because you're over drying the skin, and the skin hates that. And if you're in a dry climate, you have normal to dry skin, but you got a zit and you over dry it out. Stop doing that. So I have this channel to try to help you. Overall, we'll talk about waxing and, you know, versus like sugaring, and how to hydrate, and, you know, just different things. I've worked with women for ever. I'm 50 years old now, and I've worked with women as a personal trainer. I studied nutrition. I've taken massage classes. I wanted to become a massage therapist, nutritionist, and I've actually just gotten, I guess, what I wanted: nutrition, skin and body, everything from being an esthetician. And I love it. I love doing facials. I love the detective work. And when you've gotten good at identifying things because you see them every single day for 20 years, it makes it really, really fun. So I'm not a new esthetician. I've been around the block a little bit, and it's been really fun. And I want to share what I've learned from looking at hundreds and thousands of skin, right? Of different people's skin, and also what women share. So, I mean, it may not all be skincare. You know, the hair has a pH just like the skin. The scalp is part of the face. That ages as well. You know, best way for the neck. You know, neck is a really hard thing to do. I have 20-something-year-old girls asking me whether they should get Botox before they have wrinkles. So we're going to answer a lot of these kind of questions. And I hope it's interesting. And if you have other questions, please feel free. It's just I'm answering questions that I see a ton of all the time, like reoccurring things. But, you know, feel free to ask questions, and we're just going to talk about products, easy things that you can do to hydrate, take down sensitivity, all that stuff. I hope you join me on this kind of fun, you know, it's just a new thing for me to do. I usually work behind the scenes, and I'm just gonna throw it out there and see what happens. I hope you enjoy the content, and tell me what you're interested in. If I know a thing or two about a thing or two, I'll share it with you. Okay? Thank you so much. And, you know, subscribe if you like the content, and, you know, give me some more things to talk about. I'm happy to do it. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.